Incoming transmission.
Picture this. A recording studio somewhere far, far away.
Welcome, Watchers of Illusion, to my Castle of Confusion. It's the 20th of September, and I'm looking at a bit of a controversial game, the Great Giana Sisters. Now, this might look a little familiar to you. Yeah, because it's basically Super Mario Brothers, isn't it? Developed by Time Warp Productions and released in 1987. Now, there is a great myth going around that Nintendo actually put a lawsuit out to stop this game being put out, and that's not really true. There was no lawsuit, but Nintendo did put the thumbscrews on a little bit to get the developers to stop producing it, but they didn't take them to court or anything like that. So there's a bit of a myth busted there. But anyway, you can see it is incredibly similar to the Super Mario Brothers. In fact, the level design is practically identical. As you saw earlier, I did get a power-up, sort of, you know, you go from cute little girl to messed up hair sort of thing. I'm sure there's things you can do like fireballs on that, but I'm just going to try and run through it without using any sort of power-ups, except for the one that you start with. So, doesn't seem to be any benefit to that. You don't grow in size or anything, so I suppose that's different from Super Mario Brothers. It's very smooth, I've got to say. But I know there's going to be people out there that say the C64 version of this is going to be the definitive one. So I'm going to have a look at the C64 version as well. Now, I know there was a lot of unofficial releases as well for other computers back in the day as well. So, which version of this did you ever play? Because this is very, very sought after. If you can get a copy of this now, then you are just amazing. Because this is rare as a rocking horse poop. And like I said, it's incredibly, incredibly sought after by collectors. So, if you're lucky enough to have Great Giana Sisters, then fair play to you. You're probably sitting on a small fortune if you ever decided to sell it. But there you go. But yeah, not all levels obviously are the same as Super Mario, but you can see the resemblance is uncanny. A bit of girl power going on with this game as well, by the way. But yeah, it's a good game. It's quite an enjoyable romp. Good soundtrack as well, actually. Music's alright. Gameplay's very smooth. Controls quite responsive. You got left, right, and basically up is jump, and fire button, I believe, will shoot off fireballs and lightning bolts and whatever you've got. But as Super Mario only had fireballs, I'm just going to try and get as far as I can. I think those are power-ups. But for some reason, when I press my fire button, it takes me back to the menu screen. So that's another reason I'm not pressing fire. So we're gonna get through as much as I can and show you guys as much as I can in the normal sort of time slot that I have. Oh dear, it's like one-shot death as well, so that's different from Super Mario, because once you've upgraded to your Great Giana form, one shot will indeed kill you, which is a bit different from Mario. Because if you remember with Super Mario Brothers, once you grew in size, you would then shrink back down. This is actually quite hard to get past. But yeah, I'm not feeling 100% today, so you'll have to excuse if I'm a little bit off on my gameplay. It does suffer when I'm feeling a little bit off colour. I'm going to try and get over this bouncy balloon thing. Oh, hello. Okay, let's see if I can get over it now. Oh no, I just pixel touched it. Okay, so we're going to have to start again. That's no problem. Not bad for a first sort of run through, but yeah. Okay, here we go. So it's left for right one player and right for two players, and what you do, they just flick your joystick left or right and it'll select the players for you. Now I am playing this one on emulation because obviously getting a hold of the game is just ridiculously hard, so playing this on WinUAE. For all you guys that might be interested, you can get the ROMs online, but I'm not telling you where. In fact, the place I got mine from no longer exists, so yeah, that's how long I've had this one for. Anyway, hope you managed to get a copy of this, or at least get a emulation ROM of this, because I think it's well worth a play. I just love the similarities between this and Super Mario. I think if you didn't have a Nintendo console, this was going to be your go-to game. if you were a Super Mario fan and had a little bit of Super Mario envy for all of your friends that had a Nintendo console. It's just really, really smooth. It's probably as smooth as Super Mario Brothers. Like I said, I'm sure there's people going to tell me in the comments that the C64 version was better, but you know, I will reserve judgment because I will play both. So do not fear, my C64 brethren. I will make sure that is reviewed as well. But so far, I'm liking this game a lot. Now, I wonder if you can go warp zones on this. So let's have a look. You can still run across the top of the level like you could in Super Mario Bros. So let's see if we can see if there's any warp zones at the end. Now, the other thing you can't do is run faster like you can in Super Mario because it's a one-button game. So yeah, you can't accelerate. You have to just run at the speed the game puts you at. But that's, you know, that's okay. That's not a problem. But yes, did you have Giana Sisters? Did you have it back in the day? Did you actually own the cartridge or cassette? Did you have it? Did you have the disc? Let me know, because I'd love to hear from you if you have actually played the original or own the original. Are you one of those rare individuals out there that actually owns a Giana Sisters game? Yes. Now, they released some new Giana Sisters games. I think there was a Giana Sisters 2. Oh, it's first time. Giana Sisters 2, I believe. And then there was a PS3 game as well, which I think came from a Kickstarter. And that was actually quite good. I remember playing that. And then there was a new one released on the PS4 and the PC, which didn't quite get the same reception. It got negative reviews, which is a bit of a shame. And I suppose if you ride the coattails of a game for too long, then eventually it's going to plummet and crash and burn. But when you're playing the original, there's something special about that. It's nice to see where it all began and what all the fuss was about. Honestly, I don't think Nintendo really gave two hoots about it, but they were obviously concerned that the similarities between this and Super Mario Bros. Was a little bit too close to the knuckle for their liking. But like I said, there was no lawsuits involved. They just basically put the thumbscrews on and said, look, can you just stop putting this out to stores, please? And obviously, when you're being asked by Nintendo, you generally don't say no. So there you are. But yeah, graphically, it's quite nice, cartoony, and I suppose that's supposed to be like Bowser. I don't understand what you're meant to do there, apart from just jump over him and complete the level. You saw there the music changed as well if you've been listening in the background. It's gone back to its normal level music now, so I suppose a boss level, the music will change. Don't quite understand what the difference is between Giana and Great Giana, apart from messy hair. Does anybody help me out with that one? Now, I do realise that you can do like lightning bolt attacks and stuff like that, but like I said, whenever I press my fire button, it takes me back to the menu screen. So it wouldn't be much of a review if I did that every 5 minutes, would it? The creatures are obviously inherently different from Super Mario Bros. You can see that. But I don't know. I think it's a great homage to Super Mario, and it's a real big tip of the hat to say, Nintendo, look, you've done such a good game, we want to emulate it. You know, and I think that's a really good thing. Oh, poo. So there you go. It is literally a tip of the hat to Nintendo saying, you've done a great job, guys. This is our homage to you. What do you think? And Nintendo went, no. Basically. But yeah, it's actually a really good game. So if you've had this on the Amiga and you've actually owned it in the past and you've sold it, oops. But if you've still got it, well done. Because this is one of those games that I think everybody in their lifetime should play at least once. Because it's one of those games that's had a little bit of history to it. And a myth that's involved a big lawsuit that never happened. So, you know, when you've got a game that's got a bit of backstory to it, then it's always worth having a look at it. That's what I think anyway. These little eyeballs with legs are quite fun. Stupid, but fun. Yes. So there we go. This has been let me get this right. The Great Giana Sisters. Yeah, they didn't quite have the rank of super at this point. The Great Giana Sisters on the Amiga. Hope you've enjoyed the review. Again, I'm sorry I'm a bit sort of clogged up and that today, but I'm not feeling very well at all. But I can't let you guys down, so there's my review for the day. Hope you've enjoyed it, and I will catch you next time. Hello to all you new subscribers out there. You guys rock. And existing subscribers, thanks for sticking with the channel from day one. You guys are awesome. Anyway, I shall be back very soon with a brand new review, hopefully feeling better then. You keep it retro and I'll catch you soon. Bye for now!